This is it, Box Office Buddies. Every week, I go to the movies with a different friend. This week it was Carolyn.
Hey.
Yeah, so, well, I'd like to talk about the movie we watched, but honestly I have no idea what we just saw.
I have no idea either.
It was Mother. This is Darren Aronofsky's latest. It stars Javier Bardem, Jennifer Lawrence, Eddie Harris, Michelle Pfizer. How can we begin to describe this? That's what I want to know.
I literally don't know. I feel like the entire movie was really, really symbolic. Like, super symbolic. But we have to figure out what it meant.
Yeah, just to kind of give background. The main character, played by Jennifer Lawrence, she lives in this big house in the middle of nowhere with her husband.
Yeah.
Very secluded. Her husband is a once famous and beloved author.
Yeah.
Poet/author,
yeah.
And she basically plays homemaker.
Yeah.
And it's kind of about her. She's the focus.
Definitely.
She usually lives a very secluded life. He brings other people, and it causes a lot of issues and turmoil in her life.
Yeah.
That's all I'm really going to say, because I don't want to really give away too much. I try to keep these spoiler free, and I would like to maybe get into a lot of things you mentioned, the symbolism.
Yeah.
People are going to love this, those who, are into that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to study, there's a lot to think about. Now, as far as a movie in itself, how was it?
Like, it was definitely really engaging, I found. Like, I was never bored. I never found myself, like, daydreaming. Like, I was always really, like, invested in what was going on.
Yeah.
Always, like, trying to figure out, like, what was the deeper meaning behind it. Like, the entire time, I was like, okay, what am I going to say during this review? But it was, like, overall enjoyable, but also traumatic and confusing, and how about you?
Definitely agree that it was engaging. Darren Aronofsky, one of probably my favorite directors out there. He made a movie that I think is absolutely brilliant, probably in my top 10. The Wrestler.
Oh, The Wrestler, okay.
Yeah. One of my favorite movies of all time. He's better known for things like Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan. Also great movies in my opinion.
They leave an impression for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's very intense.
Yes.
Everything he does and he does demand your attention. You can't kind of watch this while
doing your nails,
updating your Facebook status.
And, like, you have to pay attention. It's worth your attention.
Exactly. And he, not only is it important to pay attention in his movies, but there's actually enough interesting things going on that it merits it too.
For sure.
It's not that hard to want to follow what's happening and to want to keep up and try to understand. That being said, did I understand? There's a lot that I'm still trying to figure out. One of the disadvantages of watching a movie and then reviewing it immediately after is that I had no time to process anything. I have no idea what happened. Interestingly enough, I don't know if you knew this.
What?
Jennifer Lawrence and Darren Aronofsky are in a relationship now.
Really? I did know that. Okay.
And they basically, their romance blossomed out of working on this movie together.
That's so crazy. Wow.
I know. I just... He's so old, and she's like, the big Hollywood starlet these days, and it's such a weird thing. He's 45 or 50.
Oh wow, okay, that's a big age difference.
Yeah, and she's like mid-20s.
Yeah.
And there's a scene at the very beginning of Mother where Ed Harris's character, he comes in. He's, oh, that's your wife. I thought it was your daughter.
Your daughter.
And I was like, well, that kind of applies. Really interesting shots.
Yeah. So many close-ups of Jennifer Lawrence's face. Yeah, so many, like just her eyes.
There were some really interesting shots of the other characters close-ups? Too. Not necessarily. Well, I think there are a few of Bardem too, but maybe. No, some shots even like where Michelle Pfeiffer's character, she's shot in a really weird way, and it's creepy and eerie and uncomfortable. I thought this movie was really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He was really able to capture that emotion of discomfort and like uneasiness.
Yeah, I think the sounds played into that a lot. Like just really eerie sounds throughout, or like you thought you were hearing a sound, but maybe you weren't. Like distant sounds.
Yeah. Those
just like make you feel uneasy because it's like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Technically, a really well-crafted movie. Aronofsky's great, and even though I might not say this is his best, it's still, I think, a reflection of how good of a filmmaker he can be.
Yeah.
And
very original.
Exactly. He's outside the box. A lot of interesting things going on in this, symbolically, the themes, just the images.
Yeah.
Everything could be studied and interpreted.
Pretty
and
much.
I think that's what he was going for. Will this be considered a great movie? I don't know. It is a very polarizing movie. I feel like a lot of people will hate it.
A love-hate thing,
Yeah. So it's hard to say. Personally, I enjoyed myself. I want to see it again.
Okay.
You enjoyed yourself, might not necessarily want to see it again.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think... I don't think I need to see it again. I think I just need to think about it.
For those who are into film, those who are adventurous in their movie going, I recommend it.
Yeah.
For the sensitive or the traditionalists, this is not for you.
Not really.
Yeah.
But usually I am pretty sensitive, and I found myself not having to cover my eyes like a lot.
I caught you a few times.
A couple of times, but I mean, like usually, like if it's really scary, I'll cover my eyes like the whole movie. But this time, like I feel like I covered my eyes like 2-3 times. Like it's not too bad. So.
All right. Fair enough.
Not too bad.
Let's do this. How about some Marvel and Matrix?
Marvel and Matrix. Okay.
Yeah. So. For those of you unfamiliar with the scale, Marvel is everything wrong with movies. Matrix redefined film.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
It's quite a statement.
Oh, yeah. So, scale of Marvel and Matrix, what do you give it?
I'd probably put Mother on the same level as, like, Black Swan, which is also...
So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Like
another Aronofsky, we mentioned it already.
I feel like this one was, like, more intriguing. Like, this movie that we just saw, like, it made me think more than Black Swan. Black Swan was just kind of like, wait, what just happened? Because, like, the narrator is kind of unreliable in that movie, you know? Like,
sure.
And the same thing for this movie that we just saw, but, like, there's more to it than that makes you confused. Like, there's a lot in there.
Very strange, yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm going to give this a Get Out.
Get Out?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie. No, sorry.
I'll leave it at that. I really don't want to be saying too much.
Okay.
And so, yeah, thanks for watching. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment. What's your favorite Aronofsky film? If you've seen The Wrestler, is it not the best one? Yes. And... yeah, share the video, and thank you to you for checking out the movie with me.
Yeah,
and,
no worries.
being my buddy for the week.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, so we'll see you soon. Thanks.